This one?
Thank you.
Yep.
Folks, tonight is Parents' Night, so on behalf of the Spartan coaching staff and athletic department, we'd like to thank the parents and guardians for their dedication and support of the Spartan football program. At this time, I'd like to just read the names of the players and parents. Players, if you could give a quick wave as I read your name, right after your son's name, that'd be outstanding. Seniors first, Dominic Ruskowitz, Carla and Chris, Dominic, Dion, Jennifer and James, Landon Dot, Melissa and Alex, Jordan Grove, Tracy and Jay, Ethan Hyatt, Nicole and Doug, Curtis Holbrook, Beth and Kyle, RJ Colchin, Tiffany and John, Jacob Prinzel, Jenny and Jason, Jamari Sloan, Tania, Colin Totten, Kristen and Jay, Logan Rakula, Stacy and Eric, Katie Boylan, Nicole, Lindsay Justman, Nancy and Herb, Mark Moran, Ann and Michael, Dominic Payton, Kara, Riley Wilbur, Renee and Ralph, Caleb Castello, Anita and Mike, Matthew Ferrier, Mark, Davion Frazier, Shante, Parker Beasy, Liz and Jeremy, Jesus Corolla, Anita and Jose, Joseph Held, Trisha and Gary, Spencer Hyatt, Nicole and Doug, Cody Levin, Shania and Ryan, Waylon Mortensen, Siobhan and Michael, Owen Pickard, Angela and Jason, Siobhan Robinson, Julie and Orlandis, Ethan Schicker, Dawn and Jeff, Joseph Schneider, Adrian and Tim, Aiden Cisan, Mary Jo and John, Keegan Tennant, Jenny and Randy, Scott Gabriel, Jonelle, Jax Portomasi, Jesse and John, Logan Van Lannen, Sandy and Kevin, Alex Zimmer, Cynthia and Kevin, Cullen Brickner, Saria and Ryan, Logan Waraxa, Cindy and Mark, and our sophomores Lucas Brown, Gail and Pat, and Nolan Wolf, Andrea, and Jeremiah. Once again, thanks parents on behalf of the West coaching staff and athletic department.
Okay, I'm ready. Breathe in, breathe out, shake it out, speed up, go fast, slow down. Breathe in, breathe out, shake it out, speed up, go fast, slow down, slow down. Millie, Ollie, J, C, count up, pay, me, brother, walking, everybody here like watch out. Gotta do it like myself. No, I can't wait to do it right now. Get quiet on the one, get right now. Turn it up, and I want to do it right now. That's the reason that you want to right now. Coming down, down here, right out. Brother, walking, everybody here like watch out. Breathe in, breathe out, shake it out, speed up, go fast, slow down. Breathe in, breathe out, shake it out, speed up, go fast, slow down, slow down. Boom, 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 Millie, Ollie, J, G, count up, pay, me. Wow. Yeah, I'm far right side, that's a course, white belt, like love, she don't really get too impressed. The card on the sheet, yo, beauty rest. Then I'm on board, got that girl wet, she needs 3 times. Yeah, shake, me, boss. Covered in that water, waist, deep boss. All I let that out, just me. Spice, pull it up, hey, deep up. Rewind, shake it up, speed up, go back, slow down. Rewind, shake it up, speed up, go back, slow down. Bull, 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 Billy, homie, J, C, count up, pay, me, rewind, shake it up, speed up, go back, slow down, rewind, shake it up, speed up, go back, slow down, bull, 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 Millie, homie, J, C, count up, pay, me.
When you say full zero, what are we talking here?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to West Bend Stadium as we get ready to start the 2020 edition of high school football, the first game being played in the COVID-19 era. And before we get things started with our game tonight, which will feature the West Bend West Spartans against the Highlanders of Homestead in the North Shore Conference, a few things that we can tell you about for those that will be watching our broadcast this season. First off, the crowds, as you can probably see from our camera angles, going to be very, very limited this year. Parents only, basically, will be the fans in the stands. Each player is given 2 passes that they may give out to their parents. So either mom and dad can come, or mom and a spouse, or mom and a sibling, whatever. But each student athlete is given 2 passes that they'll be able to then have their parents or family members use during the football season. The stands have been socially distanced. There are blue X's throughout the entire stadium, both here on the home side and on the visitors side. And fans will sit on each of those blue X's to socially distance themselves. There'll be no band in attendance at any of the games this year. There'll also be no student section this year either in any of the football games. The players themselves will be wearing the mouth guards as usual. They do not have to have a mask on their faces while they're playing, but when they're on the sidelines, they must have their own mask that they provided with. Also, each student athlete must provide their own water bottle. There's no joint water facility for them to use, so they will each be using their own water bottles throughout the course of the season. We've got a few more things that we want to talk about here before we get things started here tonight, but first off, from West Bend, our national anthem. Our producer of West Bend Community TV Sports is John Elke, and John was able to make some arrangements this season, so every game will be broadcast live on a Friday night, and then it'll be replayed during the course of the week. So make sure you keep tuned here to West Bend Community TV for not only the live broadcast Friday nights, but also during the week. West Bend West this season is going to get 5 home games out of the 7-game shortened season, and that includes the homecoming game next week against West Bend East. Speaking of East, the Suns, they really only will have 2 true home games on the season. Friday, October 16th, they'll play host to Cedarburg. And then the final game of the season, Friday, November 6th, they play host to Slinger. Next week, even though they are here at home, they're designated as the visiting team. So that's what's happening. It's a 7-game season starting a couple of weeks late. And the teams will try to make the best of it and get into the playoffs, which will be run like usual. The only difference once we get to the playoffs is Madison Camp Randall Stadium will not be hosting the state championship games this year. They will be hosting them at a different season scenario. So we are set to go with the West Bend West Spartans. Head coach for the first season is Dan Verkovich. That is going to be his first season as the head coach for the West Bend West Spartans, and he's going to try to do something that some of the other coaches have unfortunately not been able to do here at West Bend West, and that's produce not only a winning season, but at least get 1 W on the season. So we'll see if he is able to do that this season for the West Bend West Spartans. Beautiful night here for football on what is opening night, but would have generally been the 3rd week of the season, but nonetheless, temperatures right around the mid to upper 60-degree mark here for this evening. So the Highlanders are going to kick things off to get this game started. Jack Gresham will kick things off, and the Spartans will take the football first as we get set to get going here in the high school football season. We're glad you could be with us. We're going to give you a number that you can text here later tonight, and text me to let me know that you are watching this game live. All right, here we go. Gresham approaches the ball, and we are underway. High school football has returned to the state of Wisconsin. Trying to make a good return, getting it up across the 20, making the 25, still on his feet across the 25, out to about the 28-yard line. So a good start there on the opening kickoff, and that is Landon Dodd for the West Bend West Spartans. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at a good return for Dot. They'll mark it out at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line.
And Landon Dot is the quarterback. Been that way for several years now for the Spartans as he starts out. Out of the shotgun, quick pass over to the left side, and that one is incomplete.
Pass incomplete, intended for Curtis Holbrook.
He's sending that one for Curtis Holbrook, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. Just underway here at West Bend Stadium. It is an artificial turf, all field purpose turf. And of course, with no band and a lack of crowds, you're going to be able to probably hear every whistle and maybe even hear the referees. Again, each student athlete was given 2 passes to come to the game for their parents or siblings. Now to the gun formation on 2nd and 10. Looks things over. Pass one over the middle. It is caught and completed out there. Jordan Drow. And Drow could not get the pass and complete it, so it's going to be 3rd down. That one was right in Drow's hands. Wow.
3rd down and 10.
But again, this is the first series of the season, so brings up a 3rd and 10 now for the Spartans on the opening drive of the season. Landon Dot goes out of the gun, takes the snap from center. Pocket breaking down, Dot in trouble, and Dot's going to get sacked. Back at the 25-yard line, and the Highlander defense comes up with the stack. Jackson Sipsack comes in with the sack. So the Spartans will go 3 and out on their first series, and they will have to punt. And Homestead will get the football for the first time tonight. Standing inside the 15-yard line, and here's the kick. A nice booming one, gonna bounce inside the 50. And they'll mark it at about the 48-yard line.
Landon Dot's punt is out of bounds at the Highlander 49-yard line.
Make it the 49 officially.
1st down and 10.
So here comes Homestead now for their first series. And they'll set it up in very good position at the 49-yard line. Quarterback is Jack Worthland, a 200-pound senior at 6 feet. His running backs are Gray Stoiber and Sean Fehrenbach. A little bit of a full house backfield formation. Handoff coming to the 3rd back through. Pounding his way up the middle for a little bit of yardage.
Fehrenbach, the ball carrier.
That was Fehrenbach. And Fehrenbach got about a gain of 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Homestead. They go right to left as you watch it on your TV screen. Worthland, delayed handoff coming this way now to Stoiber. Stoiber cuts it inside down to about the 45-yard line for a gain of about 3.
Deeper the ball carrier.
Penetrate to the heel.
Holbrook on the tackle. Carter Lovey on the previous tackle.
So 3rd and 3 now for the Highlanders.
3.
Worthland takes the snap, and the handoff is going to be a 1st down for Homestead. Breaking it down to the 40-yard line was Fehrenbach.
Fehrenbach, the ball carrier.
And it's his 1st down for Homestead.
Penetrate to the heel.
Highlanders 1st and 10 inside the 40.
So 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. West went 3 and out on their opening drive. Here's Worthland, and the handoff coming around, and the Spartans are there to meet it right away. Great defensive stand there by the West Bend West Spartans as they met that ball right away and came in for the great stop. Holbrook was the initial man that got in there, sacks him for a loss of yards of 2, and it'll be 2nd down and 12 for Homestead. Good defensive one there by the Spartans. Now 2nd and 12 for Homestead. Stepping back into the pocket now out of the shotgun formation. Worthland, man in motion is Stieber. Worthland takes it, and the handoff coming straight across to Ullman. And Ullman pushes it down to about the 35-yard line for a gain of about 7.
Ullman, the ball carrier. Landon Dot with first contact.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6.
Finished off by Spencer Hyatt.
Homestead 1 for 1 so far on 3rd down conversions. 8:30 to play here in the opening quarter. As he tries punching it forward.
Initial contact by Spencer Hyatt.
And Hyatt made the initial stop, and it's going to be shy. It's going to bring up a 4th down for Homestead.
Faster, linebackers, faster!
4th down and 1.
4th and 1, and Homestead feels they can go for it. They're going to try for it right now. Here's Worthland. Handoff coming and stopped right away at the line of scrimmage. The Spartan defense makes the stop, giving it nowhere to go.
Ethan Hyatt.
And the Spartans stop as Homestead will turn it over on downs.
Spartans take over 1st and 10.
Big defensive play there by the Spartan defense to stop Homestead.
31-yard line.
And the Spartans will go back on offense now, 1st and 10. And they'll mark it at the 31-yard line. That's a good start there for the defense. Now Dot and the offense back on the field. See if they can do something out of the gun formation. Dot looking, pocket breaks down. Dot tucks it underneath. Dot across the 35, Dot to the 40. Across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. Landon Dot on the quarterback keeper.
Landon Dot, the ball carrier.
And Dot gets the 1st down and then some.
On the play on a Spartan 1st down. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
So at the 44, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Trying to come back now strong on offense after that big defensive stop. Dot takes the pass over the middle, looking for the player. He's got it. It's caught just shy of the 40, but it's ruled a completed pass. And another West Bend West 1st down.
Logan Van Lannen with the catch. And a Spartan 1st down.
So 1st and 10 inside the 50, now at the 42-yard line.
From the Highlander 42-yard line.
They went 3 and out on the first series. Definitely not going to do that this series. Dot out of the gun formation. Takes the snap. Now Dot on the keeper. Running around, still trying to get some running room. And Dot gets it down to about the 35-yard line.
Contact by Colin McKinley.
So a gain of about 7 on that play for Dot. And that's going to set up a 2nd down and about 4.
Brings up 2nd down and 3.
Well, I'll tell you, so far, the parents that are here in attendance are making their voices known, cheering on their sons. 2nd and 3. Ball at the 35-yard line, 6:19 in the opening quarter. Dot from the gun formation, throws it over, it's complete. Inside to the 15-yard line. And another West Bend West 1st down.
Brought down by Callender.
That's 3 1st downs on this series for the Spartans. On a drive that started back at the 31-yard line. So a good drive going here for West Bend West on their 2nd series of the night.
Spartans 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Dot brings him up to the line. He stands up back in that gun formation. Split the receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Dot, dropped up. Dot gets it back. Finds a little bit of a running room. And he'll push it down to about the 15-yard line.
Landon Dot, the ball carrier.
Almost a miscue there from Dot, but he managed to sheep it and put it through.
Gain of 2 yards on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 8.
Down and 8.
Dot from gun formation. Takes the snap, throws it over, and caught and dropped. Oh, man.
Dot's pass is incomplete, intended for Aiden Season.
Season was the intended receiver. Dot now officially 2 out of 5. And as I mentioned, with not much of a crowd here, you can hear head coach Matt Wolf from Homestead all the way here across our side of the field. Dot out of the gun formation on 3rd and 8. Back to pass in the pocket. Pressure. Pocket breaks down. Dot will keep it himself and run with it, and he'll get dropped back at about the 29-yard line for a loss of about 7. And we've got a Homestead player injured down on the field. So that stops our clock with 4:51 to play here in the first quarter. No score between Homestead and West Bend West. So like to see who's tuning us in live here tonight. Give me a text. Text me at 920-918-0007. Again, that text the announcer number, 920-918-0007. Say hello to me and tell me who you are and where you're watching the game from here tonight, live on West Bend Community TV. Spartans went 3 and out on their first series, but this series now 7 plays into it, but now faced with a 4th and 15. And we will have a injury timeout here, I believe, as the player for Homestead is still being looked at. We mentioned no students, band, or cheerleaders, but the dance team is in attendance at this opening game, and they will put on a performance at halftime, but they are wearing the masks as per COVID-19 protocol. And it's good to see he's getting up and walking off under his own power, or strength, as they say. Starting to get some messages, I believe.
4th down and 15.
4th and 15 coming up now. And the Spartans are going to elect to go for it on 4th down in that territory where they need to get something going. Here's Dot. Back to pass, lost it, ball fumbled, picked up by Homestead, and going to run one back all the way in is Ayo Adibagun for the touchdown on the fumble from center. Adibogan gets the touchdown return. So a miscue fumble. And Homestead turns it back in for a touchdown.
Jack Gresham will attempt the extra point.
Gresham now in to attempt the extra point. Lines are down. Ball snap, kick going through the uprights, and it is good.
Extra point is good.
And Homestead takes the lead 7-0 here in West Bend. It is Homestead 7 and the West Bend West Spartans nothing.
Just do it again. Stuff it down their throats. March down the field.
So on a 4th and 12 attempt, The Spartans fumble the ball, and Abed Goyen gets back for the score. And let's check in now here. A couple of people checking in to say hi. Oh, look at this. We've got someone from Homestead. Mrs. Coach Wolf is tuning us in tonight in Mequon. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Glad that we could bring the game to you and anybody else from Homestead. Jim Gahn also tuning in from Homestead. He is the voice of Homestead football. I would assume that means he's the PA announcer when Homestead is at home. So, Jim, thank you for joining us here on the broadcast. As is everybody else from the Homestead Booster Club listening in and watching this game tonight. So thanks to everybody back in Mequon for tuning this game in. Let's hear from some people in West Bend who are watching this game tonight. 7-0 in favor of Homestead as we get set with 4:31 to play here in the opening quarter. You might hear that whistle being blown by the official, and here's the approach to the football by Jack Gresham. And another kind of fumbled football, and the Spartans are able to get on top of this one just in time.
Loose ball on the kickoff, controlled by Landon.
So Dodd were able to retrieve the ball himself. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans.
Spartans take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard line. A 13-play drive on the last one was stopped short on a 4th and 12 when they fumbled and were going for it. And it was picked up by Adeboygan for the touchdown. Now 1st down play. Running it straight across. And not much there.
Landon Dot, the ball carrier.
Homestead, of course, wearing their road uniforms tonight. Looks like these are different road uniforms from when we saw them here last year in their road game against West Bend East. Nice bright bold black letters with the red trim and the H on the helmet. Of course, the Spartans in their traditional light blue jerseys. Here's the pass by Dodd. Over the middle, dropped by his intended receiver, incomplete.
Pass intended for Aiden Season is incomplete.
Season is yet to catch the ball. And just quickly as that, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Spartans. Going back to my thought of the white pants with the blue helmet and the Spartan on the helmet. So 3rd and 9, Spartans are 0 for 2 so far on 3rd down conversions tonight. 3:58 to play in the opening quarter, 7-0 Homestead. Dodd out of the gun, back to pass, quickly over, side, it's caught right outside until the 44-yard line. Beautiful pass and a nice reception out there in the open field. Logan Van Landen with the catch and the 1st down for the Spartans. First time tonight the Spartans have picked up a 3rd down conversion, their 4th first down of the night. And now here they come again, right back at it. Going to try running one across the other way. Breaking 1 tackle, breaking 2. Now open field across the 50, inside the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Landon Dot with the big carry there for the Spartans. And another West Bend West 1st down.
Inside of Highlander territory and a Spartan 1st down.
Well, we saw this moments ago on the initial drive by West Bend West, and then the fumble stopped the drive. This time the Spartans need to keep it going. Out of the gun formation, back to pass, rainbowing, went down the left sideline and way out of reach. Incomplete pass that time by Dot. He's now 1 of 4 unofficially in passing. And we got somebody else we want to say hello to who's tuning in our broadcast live. The grandparents of Mequon football player Jackson Bird are watching our game tonight. They live in Beaver Dam. So instead of going to the Beaver Dam Beaver game, they're watching this game from home. So thank you very much, grandparents. So that's yet another shout out to Mequon, which is great. We're glad to have everybody from Mequon tonight, but we need to hear from some West Bend people. Anybody in West Bend watching our game tonight so far? 2nd and 10. gun formation, takes the snap. Looking, passing one down the side and overshot the receiver that time. He did have 2 defenders from Homestead up against him, and it's an incomplete pass. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Pass intended for Spencer Hyatt is incomplete. 3rd down and 10 now from the 42-yard line.
Dodd only 1 of 5 so far on passing tonight. And now it's 3rd and 10. Spartans are 1 of 5 so far on 3rd down conversions. Need one here to keep the drive alive. Dodd in the pocket. Breaks up, throws it over, and incomplete. Had a man down there, but way out of his reach. And Hyatt couldn't even come near the pass. And so the Spartans will have to punt this one away.
Better routes, guys.
Dodd will go back to punt for the first time tonight.
4th and 10 from the 42.
And then actually we're going to see the Homestead offense on the field for the first time tonight. Second time, the first time they went and turned it over. High kick. Bounces at the 20 and rolls around inside the 20. And that is where Homestead will take over.
Got down by Curtis Holbrook on the play inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
All right, I believe we've gotten our first response from someone in West Bend, but they're watching us from Florida tonight. Well, how about that? We got viewer in Florida. If you'd like me to say hello to you in Florida, wherever, text me at 920-918-0007. Again, that's 920-918-0007. Text me the Bear, Barry Hirsch, and I'll say hello to you during our game. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line for the Highlanders. Here's a pass over to the far sideline by the Homestead bench, and it's incomplete.
Nice catch, 21.
Pass intended for Bricky is incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10, clock will stop with that incomplete pass. 2:33 remaining in the opening quarter. Worthland in the gun formation with a pair of running backs. Takes the snap. Now handoff coming over around to Fehrenbach. Fehrenbach brings the pile up across. But Fehrenbach going to be way short of the intended yardage. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Go, defense.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
So it'll be 3rd and 5. All right, 3rd and 5 for the Highlanders. They are 1 of 2 so far on 3rd down conversions. Worthland going to try to keep the drive going. They lead 7-0. Takes the snap from center. Throws one over. Picked up, jump in, incomplete. Intended it for Oliver Seward. And he could not get the pass. It's incomplete.
4th down and 5 inside the 25.
And it'll be 4th and 5. All right, Highlanders elect to go for it on 4th and 5 at the 24. 1:45 to play in the quarter. Nope, they're going to punt it instead. And everybody's getting away. It bounces right at the midfield stripe. Now it takes a Homestead bounce. And that's where it'll be put in play for the Spartans.
Punt is down by Oliver Seward.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Getting a lot of people now waking up a little bit late here. Maybe they thought it was
over 1st and 10 from their own 40.
Thought it was maybe a 7:30 kickoff, but I'll try to get to them now at the quarter break, which is 1:33 to play. 1st and 10 for the Spartans now at the 44-yard line.
On your route.
Dot Gun formation again. In the pocket, under pressure, and Dot's going to get sacked. All the way back to about the 33-yard line. A loss of about 9.
Tackle.
And a good sack there by the Homestead defense. Second time tonight that the Highlander defense has gotten into Dot. And now it's 2nd down and 21. And Dot will go back to pass in the gun. And penalty flags, and this is going to be our first penalty of the game. And initially it's going to be called a legal procedure against the Spartans. So that'll back them up 5. First penalty of the night. So while we got a second here, let's try to get some of these viewers in tonight. Milwaukee for my son, Javon Robinson, number 69 for the Spartans. His father tonight is here in the stands in West Bend. So there's one from one of our West Bend listeners and viewers. I keep saying listeners because you got to forgive me. I've been in radio for over 25 years. Pass over the middle is incomplete.
And the Dot's pass intended for Aiden Season is incomplete.
As a matter of fact, this is starting tonight my 28th season of broadcasting high school sports on radio or on local cable TV.
3rd down and long.
I've been in Ripon, I've been in Sheboygan, and now I've been here in West Bend for the last several years. 3rd and 26 now for the Spartans. Ready to take the snap back from center. Here's the play going back into the center. Now moving it out of the way. Now throwing it over the right side and out of bounds, incomplete. So Dot tried his best to keep that one alive, and he could not able to do so. And that is going to bring up a 4th down for the Spartans. 4th and 26 with 36 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. And the Spartans will punt it away for the 3rd time in this quarter. Another long-distance shutout coming here tonight. Atlanta, Georgia is tuning us in. The grandparents of Dylan Brown of Homestead, number 19. Punt was slightly fumbled but brought down. So Grandma and Grandpa of Dylan Brown are watching the game tonight from Atlanta, Georgia. So we're in Atlanta, Georgia. We're in Mequon. We're in Florida. We're in West Bend. We're literally going coast to coast here on this game tonight with West Bend Community TV. Welcome to each and every one of you, and thank you for tuning in our broadcast.
Highlanders take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
All right, Homestead football, 1st and 10 now at the 38. Last few seconds here in the opening quarter, and the Highlanders will run with it. Stopped right at the 45-yard line in the middle of the B, the WB.
Miller, the ball carrier.
For the benefit of those viewers that are tuning us in here tonight, it's WB in the middle of the field. This is a multi-purpose field. It's used every week, basically, the high school season because both West Bend East and West Bend West play their games on this field. So that is why the WB is at the center field mark. 2nd down and 3, but that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. So we've played 1 quarter here in this North Shore Conference opener. The teams will switch sides of the field. After 1 quarter of play, your score is Homestead 7 and the West Bend West Spartans nothing. You're watching live coverage of high school football with the West Bend West Spartans on West Bend Community TV.
I'm enjoying listening to you.
Oh.
Good job.
Thank you.
Really good job. Fun to listen.
Welcome back here to West Bend. The Bear Barry Hirsch with you live tonight. We will be live every game this season because our producer, John Elke, and the staff at West Bend Community TV realize that only parents are going to be able to attend games this year. No student fans, no relatives. So the facilities are available for us to do these games on a live broadcast. They'll also be replayed during the course of the week, but every Friday night we will be live. As we get ready for the second quarter, let's quickly go to my texting the announcer and find out that some Spartan fans are watching us from down the road in Jackson tonight. So hello to the Spartan fans that are watching us down in the village of Jackson. Another Homestead fan watching, number 8 of Homestead. His uncle is watching us from Las Vegas. Wow. Here is a pass going on the left side. It is caught and incompleted, out of bounds on the far sidelines to Oliver Seward. So a first down for the Homestead Highlanders.
Highlanders first down and 10 from the Spartan 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line. So we've got Las Vegas. We've got Florida. We heard from Atlanta, Georgia. These are all family members of student athletes. And then, of course, locally, we've got some West Bend people listening and some Jackson people listening. A lot of people listening to us and watching us in Mequon tonight. So welcome, everybody. And keep sending in those texts. Let me know where you're at. 920-918-0007. Again, that's the text number to send it to. 920-918-0007. Second down now for the Highlanders as they are marching towards the goal sideline. And here's a handoff coming straight up to Ullman.
Ullman, the ball carrier.
And the Spartan defense, led by Hyatt, is there to make the stop. And it'll set up a 3rd and 5 for Homestead.
Gain of 2 yards on the play brings up third.
Highlanders are 1 of 3 on third down conversions. They lead 7-0. They picked up a loose ball fumble and returned it for a touchdown. So their offense now looking for the first points of the game for them. And here they go back and looking, and now Worthland going to run for some room. And Worthland is going to be stopped shy of the first down marker on that far sideline.
And Holbrook combined on that stop.
Combined stops there for the Spartans. And now it is going to be 4th down and about 2.
The play brings up 4th down and 3.
So head coach Matt Wolf now with a decision to make, and it looks like, for what it's worth, Wolf has already made his decision. He's keeping the offense out on the field. Homestead went for it early on a 4th down and missed it. So they're 0 of 1. All right, here's Worthland out of the gun formation. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Cuts it back into the middle, and Worthland will have enough for a Homestead first down. So Worthland picks up the first down conversion. 3rd first down of the night, and a fresh set of downs now for the Highlanders.
1st and 10 inside the 20 at the 19.
They're down to the 19-yard line. 9:40 to play in the first half. Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts, so that's not a factor yet in this portion of the game. Now a run, breaks a tackle, open field, 10-5, touchdown Homestead. Joseph Ullman, a 19-yard touchdown.
19-yard touchdown run for the Highlanders.
So there they go. The offense does put points on the board, as I alluded to a moment ago. Joseph Ullman, 19 yards for the score.
Quinn will hold. Gresham will attempt the extra point.
And now we await the extra point. Lines are down. Snap, ball kick through the uprights, and it is good.
Extra point is good.
So the Homestead offense now puts the game for them, And your new score now reads Homestead 14 and the West Bend West Spartans nothing. There's a timeout on the field. You're watching live coverage of high school football on West Bend Community TV. Back here in West Bend, the Bear Barry Hirsch, live with you on West Bend Community TV. 9:24 to play in the first half, and the Homestead offense gets on the board. A 7-play, 62-yard drive. Joseph Ullman goes the final 19 yards for the score, and after the point-after attempt, it is now 14-0 in favor of Homestead. West Bend West will get set to receive the football. Jim Gunn is celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday to Jim Gunn, a member of the Homestead Booster Club. So a lot of members of the Homestead Booster Club tuning in this game tonight. Here's the kickoff. Going to be a high one, taken back at about the 10. Across the 15, 20, cuts it inside, and brought down at about the 25-yard line. So a pretty good, decent return out there by Jordan Drow for the Spartans. And West Bend West will take over now for their first series here in the second quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 25-yard line. Now trailing in this football game, 14-0.
Over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Want to say hello to Mark and Andrea watching us on TV tonight from West Bend with Spartan safety Matthew, unfortunately on COVID-19 quarantine. So Matthew, we need you to get better and get out here and play for your Spartans.
Gavin Harrison on the tackle.
As that play saw a loss taken by the Spartans.
Gotta give them time, guys.
Speaking of COVID restrictions, the Kewaskum Indians, who are just the neighbors next door to West Bend, they are totally under COVID restrictions, not being able to play tonight or next week due to several players on their team testing positive for COVID. So our best health wishes going out to the players there. And, of course, for that last player here from West Bend, Matthew, the safety for West Bend, who's under COVID restrictions. Here's a handoff. Going to get some running room across the 25 out to about the 30-yard line.
Brown on the stop.
So Landon Dott gets a nice big carry there. But it's going to bring up a 3rd down in situation for the Spartans, though. 3rd, and we'll call it 6.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Spartans are 1 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Got another long distance hello coming to us on a text message coming up in a moment. Dot back, takes the pass complete, getting it across the 40 to about the 41-yard line, and it'll be a West Bend West 1st down.
Holbrook on the catch. Brought down by Colin McKinley. That gain to the 42-yard line and a Spartan 1st down.
6th 1st down for the Spartans. Keeps it rolling on a 3rd down conversion. Now 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Trailing 14-0, 7:35 to play till halftime. Dot takes a snap from the gun, and Dot calls his own number, pushes it up across the 40, maybe got it back to the original line of scrimmage. If they're generous, maybe they'll give Dot a gain.
Gain of 1 yard on the
And they are generous. They give Dot a gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for West Bend West. Second and 9 as Dot breaks the huddle, brings the team up to the line. Gun formation, receivers trips to the right, one to the left. Dot looking, throws one over, caught and dropped it incomplete. But I'll tell you, he was really walloped from a good defensive move from behind from the Pallander was Nathan Valander for the Highlanders, who was there to punch him and drop him. And now it'll be 3rd and 9 for West Bend West. Spartans 2 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Dot from the gun, takes the snap, looking things over. He's going to throw one over in heavy traffic, and it's incomplete.
That's intended for Logan Van Lannen.
Landon tried to catch that one, but he could not.
He's all over him. All over him. It's yellow. It's in your pocket.
I think I'm going to maybe like having less fans in the stands, as you're going to be able to hear Mom and Dad shouting quite a bit out to those officials. All right, 4th down and 9. Spartans are going to go for it. And now a whistle, and Homestead elects to take a timeout. So the Highlanders will call their first timeout of the half, stopping us with 6:48 remaining in the half, and Homestead leading this football game by the score of 14-0. Let's go to my text messages and see who else we have tuning in our game broadcast tonight. The Walschlager family in West Bend is tuning in on West Bend Community TV's live broadcast, saying hello and wish we could be there. Well, we wish you could be here with us also. Let's see. We have here someone from Dot's family, and they're watching us on West Bend Cable. They're half a mile south of the stadium, so I don't know if you can see me, but I'm waving to you right now, half a mile away from us here on the south side. Then down in Glendale, watching my brother, number 81 for Homestead, Bryce Umhofer from Glendale, Wisconsin. He's watching the game tonight, so another Homestead fan watching the game. And let's see who else is here. Another Homestead fan, his nephew, number 2, Sam Warschauer. And Uncle Ross is watching the game, and it's another long-distance one. Uncle Ross watching his nephew on the game tonight from Sandpoint, Idaho. Wow, all right. Well, Sandpoint, Idaho is on the broadcast tonight. So we'd like to welcome all of you for watching this game. I got a lot more to get into here yet tonight. Keep them coming. 920-918-0007 is the text number. All right, on 4th and 9, Spartans will punt the football. Oh, nice high punt by Dot. It's going to bounce inside the 10. Now roll back up, but it's going to be down inside the 15-yard line. Beautiful punt there by Dot. And West Bend West will pin Homestead back a little bit deep in the territory.
Down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
They'll mark it at the 14-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line for Homestead. As they come out, they scored on their last series, and they're looking to score now again possibly, but the Spartan defense has looked sharp here on several of the series in this first half. Looks to pin them deep here in the territory. 6:39 remaining in the half, 14-0 Homestead. And back into the center, now looking back, throwing one over the right side. He's got a man open, and it's caught and dropped in the open field. Wow.
That's intended for Ullman.
Joseph Ullman was there. He had it in his grasp, but he just couldn't bring it down in for the catch. Ullman had his receiver beat, and he would have had a huge gain on that one. Instead, it's incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Homestead.
Down and 10.
Worthland, shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Worth passes one over to the right, and it is caught by Seward. And Seward going to be gang tackled at about the 20-yard line, so a short gain there for Homestead, and they're going to be faced with a 3rd and long, as Seward had just nowhere to run on that one.
Gain of 7 yards brings up a 3rd down and 3.
Seward tried to make something, but he couldn't, and now it's 3rd and 3 for Homestead. Homestead 1 for 4 on third down conversions. Spartan defense beefing up on that line. Worthland goes to the gun formation. Man in motion is Stieber. Worthland takes it, handoff. They're going to try to run it on third down, and they fool nobody, although, oh boy, this one's going to be close. It depends on where they mark the downer, and they're going to give it to Homestead. They're not even going to come and mark it. It's a first down.
Hyatt combined on that stop.
First down for Homestead.
First down for the Highlanders.
So the fourth down, first down.
From the 25-yard line.
And they convert, and now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 5:25 to play in the first half. Back to pass. Throws one straight over the middle. Caught, dropped it, incomplete, and almost intercepted.
Almost a pick.
Seward was the intended receiver. It was in and out of his grasp. And if Seward couldn't get it, Landon Dodd almost had it on the defensive side for what could have been a big interception. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Homestead. Stopping us with 5:18 to play here in the first half. Want to say hello to Jack. Jack is watching tonight's game from right down the road in Mequon at Concordia University. I missed going to Concordia University this summer for Lakeshore Chinook football, baseball. Here's a break of one tackle, breaks it back inside, and he doesn't get away from it the second time. Finishing that thought, saying hello to Jack at Concordia University. The Lakeshore Chinooks play Northwoods League baseball, but that league, of course, was canceled this summer, so I did not get a chance to go on the shores of Lake Michigan to Concordia this summer to see the Lakeshore Chinooks. Now a 3rd and 9 for Homestead. Big defensive play here for the Spartans, could stop them. Back to pass, in trouble, and he's going to get sacked for a loss on 3rd and 9. A big sack from the backfield of the Spartan defense stops the Homestead drive.
Tackle on the play by Ethan Hyatt. 10 yards on the play.
And it's a 10-yard loss, first defensive sack of the night by West Bend. And we get a timeout called, stopping us with 4:27 to play. It's going to be 4th and 19 after that huge sack by the Spartan defense. That's their first sack of the night. And now Homestead will be faced with a 4th and 19 when we come back to action. Let's go to the texting and see who else is watching this game tonight. Dylan Brown, number 19, his uncle from Milwaukee, is watching us tonight on West Bend Community TV, and he says, "Go Highlanders." Watching from 611, Mahagan Hall in Whitewater. Go Spartans. All right, so we've got a viewer watching our game in Whitewater tonight, so we'll add Whitewater to the list. Whitewater becomes the 4th community in Wisconsin to be watching us, so it's tied 4-4. Out of the state of Wisconsin, we've got viewers in Las Vegas, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, and Sandpoint, Idaho. And we really appreciate everybody letting us know where you're watching this game tonight. All right, 4th and 19. And stepping way back now, and looks like Homestead will punt the football away. And they will punt it after that huge sack. Takes the ball, penalty flag.
And then Dot on the return, there was a flag on the play.
Dot gets the play. And we'll see what the penalty flag is all about. This might be a penalty on Homestead, possibly. We've only had one penalty in the game so far, and that was an offside penalty on West Bend West. And it is going to go against Homestead, a big one too.
Personal foul is the call.
A personal foul against Homestead. And they'll march that one off.
All right, take advantage. Let's go.
And the Spartans take over now
30 at the 29.
Take advantage.
at the 29-yard line, courtesy of the foul penalty. Best field position of the night right now for West Bend West. Here's Dot. And he tries handing it straight off to Cisan.
Aiden Season, the ball carrier.
And Cisan cuts it in for a gain of about maybe 1 or 2 yards. So it'll be second down.
Play brings up second down and 9.
Second and 9 now for the Spartans, trying to get on the board here before the half. Trailing Homestead 14-0.
Here he comes.
Out of the gun, throws it over. It's caught, complete.
Attaboy!
Down to about the 25-yard line, so a gain of about 3 on that play.
Aiden Season on the catch.
As Cisan comes back with a nice reception.
Down by Dylan Brown.
And it'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Spartans.
3rd down and 4.
Breaks the huddle. Dot. Gun formation, split receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Takes the snap, quick throw over and caught and dropped on the sidelines right by that first down marker. And they're gonna say it's complete instead to Hyatt. Boy, it looked like it was incomplete. And instead it's completed for a first down.
First down! That's trash. First down! That's trash.
And right now I can tell you that one of the disadvantages this season for my broadcasting the game is that I'm not up in the press box where it's lit properly. I'm actually sitting outside with the fans, which on a night like tonight is fine. It's a beautiful night, but it's hard to pick up all the players' numbers. First down for West Bend West, their 7th first down. And now a fresh set of downs.
Inside the 20 at the 19-yard
First
line.
and 10 at the 19-yard line. Clock rolls with 2:50 to play till half. Spartans trying to push one in before the break and get some momentum going to the locker room. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Dot takes the center. Passes one over. It's caught inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. So only a pickup of about 3.
To Curtis Holbrook.
But Holbrook managed to get some forward momentum.
On the stop. Gain of 3 yards brings up second down and 7.
Let's go, oh!
Second down and about 7.
Boys!
Big plays here for West on this drive if they can push one in and make it a 1-score differential at the break. Gun formation, takes the snap, throws it over, it's caught. Down to the 10, on his feet inside the 10, and down to about the 7-yard line. Beautiful caught pass to Curtis Holbrook for the first down for the Spartans.
9-yard gain.
And now the Spartans have it first and goal at the 7-yard line. First and goal at the 7. Spartans with all 3 timeouts to go with here in the first half. And it looks like Homestead going to take a timeout. Highlanders take their second of 3 timeouts. So timeout, 1:49 remaining here in the first half. It is Homestead 14 and West Bend West nothing. You're watching live coverage of North Shore Conference football. The West Bend West Spartans against the Homestead Highlanders on West Bend Community TV. The Bearberry Hirsch broadcasting here live tonight for the first of 7 games that we'll be bringing you. And we'll send out a couple more shout-outs here on some text to the booth announcer. This one says, missing Friday Night Lights. So the next best thing is DQ and family. are watching from the comfort of their couch from Jackson. You know, there is a DQ in Jackson, and on my way home back to Menominee Falls, I have to go through Jackson. So is that an invite for you to give me maybe a dilly bar on my way home tonight? We'll find out. We'll see about that one. Let's pass along another quick one here. Homestead's number 8, Great Aunt, watching us in Greenfield. So let's add Greenfield to the list. All right, first and goal at the 7-yard line as we go back to live action on this live broadcast. Dot, gun formation. Takes the snap, looks it over to the right side, corner of the end zone, caught, and it is inside, a touchdown! Spartans on the scoreboard!
Pass is complete. Landon Dot to Spencer Hyatt. 7-yard Spartan touchdown.
Dot led Spencer Hyatt all the way
Landon Dot will attempt the extra point.
for the 11-yard touchdown catch. And now the Spartans are a point after attempt from getting back to within a touchdown. Nice drive there by the Spartans. Here's the kick, the snap, and it is good. And the Spartans get on the board. And your new score now is Homestead 14 and the West Bend West Spartans 7. You're watching live coverage of high school football on West Bend Community TV. The Mayor Barry Hirsch back with you here at West Bend Stadium where the Spartans get on the scoreboard. A beautiful drive by West Bend West. 7 plays, 71 yards. Landon Dot to Spencer Hyatt for the 11-yard touchdown reception. The point after attempt was good. And the score is now 14-7 with 1:43 to play here in the first half. As we get set for the ensuing kickoff. Another hello here for a Highlander fan. Go Joel Ullman, number 8. Jamie and John watching this one from Cave Creek, Arizona. Well, let's add Cave Creek, Arizona to our list tonight. Wow. I've never been to Cave Creek, Arizona. I've been to Arizona many times for spring training baseball. So I've been to Scottsdale, I've been to Sedona, beautiful area in Sedona. So I don't know if Cave Creek, Arizona is anywhere near Scottsdale, Phoenix, or Sedona, but that's kind of where I've been. Here's the ensuing kickoff. It goes into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Homestead will get it with 1:43 to play here in the first half. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. But wow, so we've now been in Arizona. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from out of state and 5 from in the state of Wisconsin. So a lot of viewers watching this game tonight in this first game of the COVID-19 era. If you can't be here in person, we're glad you could join us here on West Bend Community TV, either live or streaming on the web. And here's the pass, and it is going for a little bit of a gain. Aaron Bach for a short gain. Kritzel had him. He's second down and 8 for Homestead. 1:25 in running here in the first half. 14-7. Spartans on the board. Back to pass out of the side, and it's caught on the far sidelines, and it's ruled a completed pass out of bounds to Ullman.
Ullman on the catch.
And Ullman will pick up a first down for the Highlanders. That is their fifth first down of the game. And it makes it 1st and 10 out at the 31-yard line. Stops the clock with 1:16 to play till halftime. All right, Whitland up, and keeper breaks one and tries to get it out to about the 38-yard line. Is Fehrenbach the ball carry on that one? Nice head of steam by Fehrenbach on the carry. And we go under a minute to play now here in the first half. Back to pass in the pocket, breaking down, has to run with it at the 50, and brought down outside the 40 to about the 44-yard line.
Ethan Hyatt on the stop.
Hyatt under huge pressure there against the quarterback, Worthland, and Worthland found himself running for his life, literally. And a whistle, and now the Spartans will take their first timeout.
Timeout on the field.
So the Spartans take their first timeout with 40 seconds remaining in the half. And Homestead leading West Bend West 14-7. All right, our last hello was from Cave Creek, Arizona. Find out where else we've got people watching this game tonight. And again, give me a text at 920-918-0007. Again, 920-918-0007. In Milwaukee tonight, watching number 7, Jason Sisback from Homestead. His grandparents are watching the game tonight. So hello, Grandma and Grandpa. Tuning in from Whitewater tonight, watching my younger brother, number 68, Luke Nickerson. So we will say hello to our friends in Whitewater once again. Second time tonight we've heard from Whitewater. Another one, Kyle Gemus, Homestead football alumni, class of 2008. State champion 2006, runner-up in 2007. And he's watching us from Dallas, Texas, the Big D. Wow. So Dallas, Texas is on the board here with us tonight. And that's going to put out-of-state viewers ahead of in-state viewers on a strictly informal straw poll. There's a pass over the center. It's caught inside the 50, down to about the 46-yard line. First down for the Highlanders. And a beautiful pass there. And Homestead going to keep it going with the clock running now, under 30 seconds to play. As we take the snap and whistle, and might be a illegal procedure mover here after the quick start. We'll see. I guess maybe an inadvertent whistle, so they'll roll it back in play. 25 seconds to play in the half. Here's Whitland back. He's going to air one down the right sideline. Snowball pass, incomplete. Rainbow passed that one down the far right sideline. His intended receiver was just intended down there, and it's incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 18 seconds to play in the half. And it's 3rd and 1 for Homestead. 18 seconds to play in the half. Worthland back to pass again, throws it over, caught, dropped, incomplete. Another receiver had one in his grasp and couldn't quite come up with it. That was Stieber. And it'll be 4th and 1.
4th down and 1.
And with 14 seconds, you would think, yeah, they'll go for it. Highlanders are 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions. Worthland steps it up, keeps it himself, pushes it forward. He's got the first down and then some. So Worthland will pick up the first down for Homestead.
Ryan Quinn for a first down.
7th first down of the night for Homestead. And we'll get a timeout called. I believe the Spartans elect to take a timeout, so that'll be their second timeout. Spartans now have 1 timeout remaining with 9 seconds to play in the half, and Homestead leading at 14-7. All right, back to the Techstar announcer booth here. Hi from Mequon. Coach Wolf's daughter says hello. Well, Your father's got a good half going so far, young lady. Whitewater checking in again. Jaden, who's a Homestead fan, watching his cousin's boyfriend quarterback, Jack Worthland. So we've got quite a few viewers here tonight watching us in Whitewater. Molly and Lucy are watching the game, and guess what? Molly and Lucy are staying up past their bedtime. They're watching the game tonight from Menominee Falls. All right, Molly and Lucy, it's a Friday night, so you can stay up late and, not have to worry about homework tomorrow. So Molly and Lucy in the Falls watching our game. All right, 9 seconds to play till half. Worthland takes the snap in the gun. Back to pass, under pressure. Now throws a rainbow pass down the right sideline, and it's incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with just 1 second remaining in the half.
Ethan, you're against 3.
So coming up here at halftime, a chance for not only me to take a breather, but a chance for everybody else watching us on TV tonight all around the country to get up off the couch, go hit the refrigerator for a beverage, go hit the pantry for a snack. Our video stream will continue, and then I'll bring you back into action just before the second half kickoff. Final play of the half. Here it comes. Here's Worthland. Airing one all the way down the sideline, broken up and incomplete. And that'll be the end of the first half here in West Bend. A beautiful played first half on the opening night of high school football. But at the end of the first half, it is the Homestead Highlanders 14 and the West Bend West Spartans 7. Is that our halftime score? Homestead 14 and the West Bend West Spartans 7. I'm the Bear, Barry Hirsch. Don't go away. We're going to continue streaming live, and we'll be back with live play-by-play action for you just prior to the second half kickoff. I'll get you some statistics roughly from that first half. Also get you a few text messages that were sent in to me. Actually, why don't I do that before we break away here? Because I'll tell you one thing, this is great. We've been hearing from a lot of people all around the country, not just West Bend and not just in Mequon, but all around the country. We're hearing from people tonight. And if you're still watching us and would like to get in on the broadcast with a hello in the second half, send me a text, 920-918-0007. Again, that's 920-918-0007. All right, proud grandfather watching number 4 from Homestead, and he's watching us in Brookfield. So we're going to add Brookfield to the list of sponsors. And now we're going to go south of the Wisconsin border down to Chicago. Shout out from Chicago, watching his brother Bryce from Homestead play, and he says, go Highlanders. So, all right, Chicago, Illinois, adding to the list of watching in on our broadcast tonight. From Milwaukee, Kristen and Kenyon Fields, rooting for Javon Robinson, number 69. So Javon Robinson, number 69, has got some family and friends watching him and the Spartans in this football game tonight. And another one coming in here. Oh, we're going to the nation's capital on this one. Number 8, Joel Ullman's cousin, is watching us from Washington, D.C., and he says, go Highlanders. So Washington, D.C. adds their name to the list. We're going to take a break, give my voice a chance to rest up here. A lot more hellos to take care of here when we come back in the second half tonight. I hope I'll get them all in by the end of the broadcast tonight, but we appreciate it. And again, the number to text me up here in the booth, in the stands, is 920-918-0007. I'm the Bear, Barry Hirsch. Our halftime score, the Homestead Highlanders 14 and the West Bend West Spartans 7. You're watching live coverage of high school football on West Bend Community TV.
Don't you believe
Yeah, da-da-da-da, Jody and Rebecca, woman, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get drunk, jump, percolate, anything you want, because it's hustling. Show them style.
Welcome back to West Bend Stadium here in West Bend, Wisconsin. I'm the Bear, Barry Hirsch, and we are just loving bringing you live coverage of this high school game of the week tonight in the North Shore Conference. The West Bend West Spartans and the Homestead Highlanders. Homestead leading West Bend West at half, 14-7. Before I get into some unofficial halftime statistics, want to send along some more greetings from people that have been texting me. And again, you can still do it at 920-918-0007. Again, that's 920-918-0007. This one is definitely going to be the long distance shout out of the night. Watching us all the way from Wolfsburg, Germany. Go Spartans from Wolfsburg, Germany. Wow, that is something. And I believe it's about a 7 or 8 hour time difference in Wolfsburg, Germany. So that's putting them in about in the middle of the morning hours there. So thank you for tuning us in there in Wolfsburg, Germany. All right, let's get to some more here. Coach Wolf's son from Homestead says, go Highlanders. Shout out for Homestead's number 19, Dylan Brown. Your Florida fam is watching. So that's the second time tonight we've heard from Florida on the broadcast. Indianapolis, Indiana checking in tonight. Shout out to Dylan Brown from Uncle Booker. So let's add Indianapolis, Indiana to our list of viewers. Kim Harrison watching us tonight in Mequon. So Kim, I would assume you are a Highlander fan if you're watching us in Mequon. Brady from Canada. So another country heard from. So we've heard from Canada and Wolfsburg, Germany, watching the Hyatt brothers and cheering on the Spartans. So Canada is watching our broadcast here tonight. We're going to go back to Arizona for the second time tonight. The family watching from Pima, Arizona. Braun Benson, and your family in Pima, Arizona is watching this broadcast tonight. And let's get you one more in here real quickly. Uncle Bart watching West Bend says good luck to the Highlanders. All right, 14-7 is our score in favor of Homestead. Let's take a quick look at the first half. Highlanders got on the football scoreboard first tonight, courtesy of a Spartan turnover. West Bend West went for a conversion on a 4th and 12. They fumbled the ball, and Ayo Adibogan picked it up for Homestead, ran it back in for the touchdown with the extra point. It was 7-0 in favor of Homestead. Highlanders would extend that lead out to 14-0 early in the second quarter. They capped off a 7-play, 62-yard drive. Joseph Ullman on a 19-yard score. And with the point after attempt, it was 14-0 in favor of Homestead. Spartan offense looked good at times, also looked a little sloppy at times, but they looked good on their particular scoring drive tonight. 7 plays, 71 yards, and it was Spencer Hyatt with an 11-yard touchdown catch. The extra point was good, and that's where we stand now at the half. It is 14-7 as we get set for second half action here tonight in West Bend. A little bit of a breeze kicking up here at West Bend Stadium as we get set for the second half. Spartans will be back home here again next week for the homecoming matchup against their Cross Hall rivalry, the West Bend East Suns. And again, we will be live here for that game next week. Every game this year is live on West Bend Community TV. The fact that not everybody can attend to the games this year, and primarily just parents. So we're going to get set to go here now in the second half. Glad that you could join us here on this live broadcast tonight. Let's get a couple quick other ones in here before the second half kickoff. Watching number 7, Landon Dot
Will kick off.
from the hot tub. Ooh, I'm jealous of that one from the hot tub. Just moved to Hawaii last week. Great to see my boy, number 69, Javon Robinson, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii. Beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. I can say that because I've been there 3 times myself. Honolulu, Hawaii. And I can just say if you ever do get there, you owe it to yourself to go see the Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor. It is breathtaking and a life experience. Well worth the long wait that you'll wait there when you go. But if you do go, make sure you get there early in the day before the lines get too long. As I'm sure our viewer tonight from Honolulu, Hawaii is watching, although back in Honolulu, Hawaii, it's late Friday afternoon. Let's see, we're at 8:30 here in West Bend. I think that makes it only about 4:30 Friday afternoon in Honolulu. All right, so Homestead gets the football first to start the second half. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as we open up play here in the second half. And Homestead leading this football game 14-7. Here's Worthland, and on the first play, he's going to pass one, and it just basically gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Spartan defense, as they like to say, bended but did not break quite a bit in that first half. Only that take away that fumble, and we'd have a tie game at 7-7 right now. So a gain of 1. It's 2nd down and 9. Worthland taking a look in on his play sheet. And they're going to run this one on the ground, and they'll get it across the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. So that's a gain of about 6 on that carry. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5, let's call it. 3rd and about 5. Homestead was 2 out of 7 on 1st down conversions in the first half. And now Worthland takes a look at his cue sheet on the wrist, takes the snap from center, back to pass over, and it is caught out there by Seward. And Seward dropped at the 35-yard line, but that will be enough for a Homestead 1st down.
Camden Brodsky and Curtis Holbrook on the stop.
8th 1st down for Homestead. And a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 now at the 35-yard line. Worthland at the line, has him set, takes the snap, and keeps it on the ground to Fehrenbach. Fehrenbach's got some running room out to the 45-yard line, maybe the 46-yard line. But another 1st down for the Highlanders. That's now 9 1st downs for the Highlanders, and it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. First series of play here to open up play in the second half. Worthland, and they'll try running down the ground, keep it going. Across the 50 into Spartan territory, down to about the 48, maybe the 47-yard line.
Seaver, the ball carrier, brought down by Curtis Holbrook. Gain of 6 yards, brings up 2nd down and 4.
So it'll be 2nd down and 4 for Homestead as they come out of the gate shooting like rockets now. This drive started back at the 20-yard line. Here's the handoff coming around the left side to Ullman. And Ullman going to be stopped maybe for about only a yard gain.
Initial contact on the play by Lucas Brown.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down now. 3rd down and about 1.
And 1.
Homestead converted just earlier on this drive on a 3rd down conversion. They're 3 of 8. Worthland looking things over. I formation, 1 lone running back, receiver split, 1 right, 1 left. Takes the snap, handoff straight up the middle. Spartan defense there to meet him, but that second surge through the pile gets the 1st down.
Fehrenbach, the ball carrier. Lucas Brown and several Spartan teammates.
So Fehrenbach gets the 1st down for Homestead.
Highlanders.
And the Highlanders will keep the drive alive. Now 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Worthland takes the snap. Going to keep it on the ground again to Fehrenbach. And Fehrenbach punched down at about the 45-yard line. Make it the 40-yard line.
They're rotating.
Fehrenbach, the ball carrier. Once again,
Spartan defense starting to
attacked.
give a little bit of gap, but not a lot.
Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Now a 2nd down and 6 situation for
Send them.
the Highlanders. Whitland takes, snap, penalty flags.
Flag on the play.
And this is going to back up Homestead 5 yards.
Highlanders is the call.
That's only the 2nd penalty of the night against Homestead.
Will make it 2nd
They had a
and 7.
player misconduct foul back in the 1st quarter. And it's been a pretty penalty-free football game. West has only been penalized once so far tonight, so that's only the 3rd total penalty in this football game, which is usually not seen in a high school game on the 1st game of the season, but that's good to see right now. So after the penalty, it's 2nd and 11 for the Highlanders. Worthland under center. And handoff coming around, slow to gain momentum, and that little bit of slow to gain momentum is going to cost Homestead maybe a little bit of yardage, as Stieber unable to get much running him at all. Maybe give Stieber a yard if anything. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 10 for the Highlanders. And now a chance here for the West Bend West Spartan defense to make a big statement with a possible stop. 3rd and 10 at the 44. Worthland going for it, passing it down the 5. It's caught in stride. Gary Struber, and Stryber is brought down inside to the 5-yard line.
Dot on the tackle.
Beautiful pass. And it'll be 1st and goal for Homestead.
1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
So not able to stop them, and now it's 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Worthland comes across over, and nothing that time. As the Spartan defense able to make a stop.
Holman, the ball carrier. Ethan Hyatt on the stop.
And it's 2nd and goal from the 5.
No gain brings up.
Good sustained drive here by Homestead. This will be the 12th play of the drive to come out of the locker room. Snap from center, handoff, punching it up the middle is Fehrenbach. And he's not in the end zone yet, but Fehrenbach pretty close to the goal line. It's going to be 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for Homestead. Ball resting at the 1-yard line.
Here down to the 1-yard line, tackled by a host of Spartans.
This will be the 13th play of the drive for Homestead. Under center, Worthland, and penalty flags. And it could be a false start on the offensive line of Homestead. Spartan players pointing that direction, and it is. So that momentarily marches the football back 5 yards, and now it'll be 3rd down and goal. Quick shout out to Javon Robinson, love Auntie Stacy from Traverse City, Michigan. So in the second half, we're really going coast to coast here. Traverse City, Michigan gets added to the line. All right. 3rd and goal from the 5. Highlanders trying to go up by 2 scores. Here's a play trying to run one across. Nothing going that time by Worthland as he stopped, and it's going to be 4th and goal.
Riley Wilbur and Spencer Hyatt combined for that stop.
So 4th and goal at the 2. A long drive here by Homestead. It's already a 7-minute drive, and Homestead going to go for the field goal.
Let's go, Spartans!
Lines are down. And penalty flags. And this might be against Homestead for another 5. No, it's going to... It looks like it might be a procedure penalty against the Spartans.
Encroachment.
It's an encroachment penalty. Thank you, one of the parents. Again, that's one of the disadvantages of not being able to be actually physically inside the press box this season. Small press box here in West Bend, so it's pretty much limited to 2 coaches from each team. That's 4. And then you've got the game clock user, the spotter, and the PA announcer. All right, so after the 5-yard penalty, 4th and 1, try to push it through, and it is a touchdown. Homestead takes advantage of the penalty and gets the touchdown.
From 1 yard.
Joseph Ullman gets the 1-yard touchdown.
Gresham will attempt the extra point.
So a penalty against the Spartans cost them on that one as they had Homestead backed up on it. It was only the 2nd penalty of the game against the Spartans, but in this case, it cost them a touchdown. All right, for the point after attempt now, lines are down. Ball snapped, kicked down, placed through the uprights, and it is good. And we got a new score. Your score now is Homestead back up by 2 scores. It is the Homestead Highlanders 21 and the West Bend West Spartans 7. There's a timeout on the field. You're watching live coverage of high school football in the North Shore Conference. West Bend West against Homestead right here live on West Bend Community TV. The Bear Barry Hirsch with you here at West Bend Stadium, where Homestead comes out of the locker room. 14 plays, 80 yards. Joseph Ullman goes the final yard for the score, and it is a 2-score advantage again now at 21-7, and Homestead burned up a lot of clock in that drive. They ate up 7 minutes and 39 seconds here to start off this 3rd quarter. And now they're back up by 2 scores. Justin Barber, 2010 alumni, watching from Boston, Massachusetts. 06 and 08 state champion, 07 runner-up, 2010 track state champion. And he says, go Highlanders. So Justin Barber from Boston, Massachusetts. Can I say that with a southern accent? Boston, Massachusetts. Never been to Boston. That's one city I have not been to. I'd like to go there maybe someday. All right, after the touchdown, here's the ensuing kickoff, and it's going to go back through to the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And so with 4:21 to play here in the 3rd quarter, the Spartans will get the football for the first time in this quarter. So the offense has got to be, well, you would think pretty rested.
10 from their own 20-yard line.
Alabama checking in tonight for the Spartans and says hello and go Spartans. Coach Wolf's son is now checked in with us and says hello. So we've heard from pretty much all of Coach Wolf's family. And another one real quick, Joe Ullman from the Rosses in Port Washington says hello. All right, 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 20. Here's the pass going back over, and it is incomplete. Dodd overthrew his intended receiver.
Intended for Jordan Rowe.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 at the 20 with 4:16 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Homestead, with a long, sustaining touchdown drive, goes back up by 2 scores now at 21-7. Dot pass on, it's caught and completed and passed over. Got it out there for a nice little run after the bobbled catch, but still managed to get some running yardage out of it.
It's complete to Curtis Holbrook. Colin McGinley on the stop.
Hello from alumni Roman Stieber, watching Grary Stuber from Syracuse, New York. Also Roman's girlfriend Amanda, wishing a great game. So thank you for watching us from Syracuse, New York. I'm just floored by all these shout-outs we're getting from all around the country tonight watching us here on West Bend Community TV. Here's a big play. It's got some potential. Going across inside the 40, down to about the 39-yard line. Landon Dodd on a big carry there for the Spartans. And a big first down.
Landon Dodd across midfield inside the 40 for a Spartan first down.
First time tonight in this half that the Spartans ran the football. Pass by Dodd. And another pass complete. So now all of a sudden the Spartans starting to wake up on their side of the football after giving up a touchdown on the defensive side.
Second down and 2.
And it's going to be second down and 2. We got a shout out going to Dylan Brown from his cousin Candace. Cousin Candace is joining us on the broadcast tonight. All right, 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Dodd throws one over to the right side, and it's dropped, incomplete. Oh, man.
For Van Lannen.
Van Lannen couldn't quite keep the grips on the football, and he drops that one for an incompleted pass. Dodd now unofficially 9 out of 17 in the passing game. 3rd and 3 for West Bend West. Spartans are 6 of 11 on third down conversions. Driving up. Here's Dodd back. Takes a little bit of a rainbow pass down the sideline. Incomplete. Oh, man. In and out of the grass there of Nolan Wolf.
Intended for Nolan Wolf is incomplete.
And Wolf couldn't quite bring it down.
Sam Warschauer in coverage for the Highlanders.
And now it'll be 4th and 3 for the Spartans. And first-year coach Dan Verkovich says, "We are going for it, gentlemen." So here we go. 4th and 3. Dodd, gun formation, back to pass, throws it over the middle, caught. First down, West Bend West. A beautiful pass from Dodd to Landon. And Van Landon picks up enough yardage for the first down.
Van Lannen inside the 25, down to the 23. And a Spartan first down.
That's now 10 first downs on the night for the Spartans. And 10 must be the magic number because this will be the 10th play of the drive for the Spartans. Trying to get back to within a score. They're down by 2 scores. And Dodd on the quarterback keeper. Down to the 20, maybe the 19-yard line.
And Bogan on the stop.
This Spartan offense is really showing some good sparks here.
Down and 7.
And it might be a lot to do with new head coach Dan Verkovich. But this Spartan offense is showing some light that they have not shown in many years previous. 2nd and 7 for the Spartans. Dodd out of the gun formation. Handoff, go, good, intercepted, and that'll stop the drive. Oh, man, couldn't have come at a worse time than that. First turnover of the night. And Homestead stops the Spartan drive after 12 plays.
Highlanders take over 1st and 10 inside the 20 at their own 18-yard line.
First turnover of the night against West Bend West. And it stops what was a great drive by the Spartans. And now Homestead has it 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Trying to come back from the interception. And a handoff on first down, trying to break some running room, and not a lot of running room there as Coleman is stopped, but They give him a very gracious gain on that, a gain of about 2.
And 8.
And it'll be 2nd and 8 and a very fast-moving third quarter. We got 1:20 to play here in this third quarter, but a lot of that goes to Homestead's first drive, which took off over 7.5 minutes off the clock. And now we got an injured player down on the field for Homestead, which will give us a stoppage in play and give us a chance to go back to the text messages that we're getting here. Shout out to Lucas Hart, number 40 for Homestead, from Grandpa and Grandma in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. So Minnesota listening to watching our game tonight. Watching Dylan Brown, Grandma and Grandpa in Marinette, Wisconsin. So we're going to add Marinette, Wisconsin to the Wisconsin list. But I'll tell you, in this little bit of a straw poll I'm doing tonight, the viewership from outside the state of Wisconsin is far outrunning the in-state viewership. Hi, it's Coach Zortman's son. All right. Next one, number 9, is the QB for Homestead. Yes, we know that that is the case. Ryan Quinn. As the Homestead player is up and off under his own power. See if we can get another one in here real quickly before we go back to action. Big shout out to Javon Robinson, number 69, from his Auntie Carla, Uncle Terry, and cousin Trey from Anthem, Arizona. A lot of viewers in Arizona on this Friday evening. Fake the pass, now throwing one down the far left sideline and incomplete.
Pass intended for Seward is incomplete.
As Seward could not get the catch, and it's an incomplete pass.
Incompletion brings up a 3rd down and 8.
Drop the receiver.
So 3rd and 8. Homestead is 6 of 11 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Highlanders with a touchdown in this quarter, but put it back out to a 2-score advantage at 21-7. Now shotgun formation, back goes Quinn, throwing one, and it's almost picked off. And Quinn's pass was incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Is incomplete. Coverage on the play by Curtis Holbrook.
And it'll bring up 4th down now.
4th down and 8 from the 20.
And it looks like Quinn going to stay in at the quarterback position. No, they'll punt it away. Here's the snap. And a fairly decent punt. It's going to wind up getting a good Homestead bounce.
Punted down by Corey Prickey.
And it'll be 1st down for the West Bend West Spartans with 47 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Spartans take over just inside of midfield from their own 49-yard line.
Second drive of the half coming up here now for the Spartans. Here's one for you. Roy Munson tuning us in tonight from Fairbanks, Alaska. Go Spartans, Fairbanks, Alaska. I was to Alaska 2 years ago on a cruise.
Flag on the play.
I got to Ketchikan, Skagway.
False start, Spartans is the call.
And there's a false start on the Spartans. And Alaska also is on a time differential. I think with the time difference, it's only about 5 o'clock in the evening in Alaska right now. So after a penalty-free first half, 1 on each team, now both teams with 3 penalties here total in the game. So 1st and 15 now for the Spartans.
Run your play.
Back to pass, looking, throwing it over the middle, and it's incomplete. out at about down to the 40-yard line.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Logan Van Lannen.
So that stops the clock with 42 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Jake watching the Hyatt brothers from San Diego on this game tonight. And here's a shout out to Homestead coach Brown from his father in Atlanta, Georgia. Second time tonight we've heard from Atlanta, Georgia on the telecast. Or actually second time from Georgia, but first time tonight from Atlanta, Georgia. No, second time tonight we've heard from Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be 3rd down and 15 now for West Bend West. Spartans are 6 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. Dot get back in the pass, looking, throws one over, caught, dropped right in the middle of the WB at center field, but he's going to be shy of the 50-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And it's going to be a holding penalty on West Bend West.
A flag on the play, holding on the Spartans.
It's going to be holding on the Spartans. We could even hear the official number 65 is the number that he called. Don't even need the field mic. We can hear them. One thing that is good to see both here on the West Bend side and on the Homestead side is it looks like all the parents did take full advantage of coming and cheering on their sons in this game tonight, as it's fairly good crowd. And of course, socially distanced, spaced across. The bleachers were marked with blue X's on the bleacher seats where everybody was allowed to sit spaced across. But kudos to the parents of all these players for coming out on this first night of COVID-19 era of high school football. 3rd and long. Here's Dodd in the pocket, in trouble, and getting sacked. He'll get sacked for the loss. Dodd gets sacked.
Finished off by Joshua Braverman. Fourth down and long.
And it's going to be 4th and long as we finish the 3rd quarter. So 3 quarters are now in the books in this high school football game in the North Shore Conference. Your score after 3 quarters, Homestead Highlanders 21, the West Bend West Spartans 7. You're watching live coverage of high school football on West Bend Community TV. The Bear Barry Hirsch, thank you for joining us here on this broadcast tonight, along with my camera operator, Tom Stoff. 21-7 in favor of Homestead as we go to the 4th quarter. Cameron Homestead alumni are watching the game tonight from Madison. Unfortunately, no Bucky Badger football for fans this season, including yours truly. My season tickets will be on hold. Randall tuning us in from Grapevine, Texas, watching his friend Drake Zortman. And he's hoping to coach the Highlanders on to victory from his home. Number 37's girlfriend from Mequon is watching the game tonight. She says, please shout me out. Well, girlfriend for number 37, hi. Thank you for watching our broadcast here tonight. Good job, Colin McGinley from Grandma and Grandpa up in Chippewa Falls. Yeah. Theo. Hello, Theo. Theo must be a student because he's watching it from outside the stadium in the bushes. And he says it's a great game so far. So Theo watching it from the bushes outside the stadium. Here's the punt as we start the 4th quarter. And Homestead will take the punt and catch it. And they'll get it 1st down to start the 4th quarter of this game. 21-7. Highlanders led 14-7 at the half.
32-yard line.
Came out of the locker room in the 3rd quarter on a first series from the plays and took 14 plays, 7 minutes and 39 seconds. And Ullman got the score. So now 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for Homestead. Just underway now in the 4th quarter. Handoff coming around on the backside from quarterback Ryan Quinn. And it's a big gain, and that's going to be enough of a gain for a first down for Homestead. Herrenbach gets the carry and the first down. 12 first downs now for the Highlanders. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Spartans down, but not out of it, but need 2 scores to forge a tie at this point. Quinn takes the snap, handoff coming around, and this time the Spartan defense is there to stop it.
Third box ball carrier.
Actually in the backfield for a possible loss.
Gain of 1 yard on the play.
And they'll actually give him a yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. All right, Quinn under center, getting set for the snap. Takes the handoff, punches it across the 46, and dropped right there. What a pop and drop by the Spartan defense, as Fehrenbach could not get any running room whatsoever. And now it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the Highlanders.
3rd down and 6.
Homestead is 6 out of 12 on 3rd down conversions here tonight. Highlanders looking for a long drive here to possibly salt this one away. They're up by 2 scores. Here's Quinn, back to pass, plenty of time over the side, and it's caught, complete out there for a big gain. And going down the sidelines, he's not going to be touched. He's in the end zone for a Homestead touchdown.
Pass is complete. Mark Hartley on the catch, and Highlander touchdown.
Hartley gets the catch and the score. Mark Hartley for the score.
Gresham will attempt the extra point.
Lines are down. Here's the snap. Here's the extra point kick attempt, and it's good. And Homestead tacks on 7 more and gives themselves some breathing room now, as it is now the Homestead Highlanders 28 and the West Bend West Spartans 7. There's a timeout on the field. You're watching live coverage of high school football, West Bend West against Homestead on West Bend Community TV. The Bearberry Hirsch with you at West Bend Stadium, where Homestead gets another score here in the 4th quarter to add on to make it 28-7. It was a very brisk drive, 4 plays, 68 yards. Mark Hartley, a 47-yard touchdown catch to wrap things up to make it 28-7. Let's get some more shout outs and hellos here to people that have tuned us in all around the country, literally tonight. Ruben Opperman watching us from Kidron, Ohio, watching his nephew play. The nephews of his are the Hyatt brothers. Let's go Ryan Quinn, number 9, from Aunt Lacey Underalls from Ingleside, Illinois. And your cousin is watching from Florida Coach Brown for Homestead. And what a great game watching my cousin Drew Barranco from Newport, Oregon. Go Highlanders. Here's the Highlander ensuing kickoff now as it is taken in the back, getting it up across to the 20, running into some heavy traffic, now dancing his feet back around the 20, 25, 30, might have some running of 35, 40, 45, and pushed out of bounds across the 45-yard line.
Forced out by Dylan Brown.
Landon Dodd almost brought down back at about the 25-yard line. Dodd reversed his field of running and wound up picking up about another 25 yards on that beautiful return for the Spartans. But they find themselves down now by 3 scores at 28-7.
Spartans first down from their own 47-yard line.
So at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10, Spartans had the ball twice in that third quarter. Once was an interception, the other one ended in a punt. Out of the gun formation. And Dodd fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and pushes it up to about the midfield stripe for a gain of about 3.
Stop. Gain of 4 yards brings up 2nd down and 6.
Well, for our local viewers watching this in the Wisconsin area, West Bend and the surrounding areas, next Friday night our game will be homecoming, West Bend East and West Bend West. And East is the visiting team in that game next week. 2nd down, here's Dodd, and drop deck in the behind the line.
Landon Dodd, the ball carrier.
Right at that W.
And Hogan on the stop.
So Dodd will take a loss of a couple of yards,
9.
and it'll be 3rd down and 9. And the Spartans are 7 of 13 on 3rd down conversions so far tonight. All right, try to get here. Time starting to be a factor now for the Spartans. Dot, gun formation, split receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Back to pass out of the gun, throws one over and incomplete. 10 of that one for Matt Spencer. And was not even close to Spencer being able to catch that one.
Dot's pass is incomplete.
So it'll be 4th down. 4th and 9 at the 48 with 8:28 remaining. And not wanting to gamble on this one, the Spartans will go 3 and out and punt it right back to Homestead. Nice snap, good catch, and a nice high spiral punt. Homestead had everybody up on the line. This one's going to roll, die inside at the 10-yard line. So Homestead kind of gambled, put everybody up on the line, had nobody back to receive the football. And a beautiful punt. Drops down inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 9-yard line. So the Highlanders, with the lead, look to probably just maybe milk the clock out here. Quickly, Michael Hunt cheering for the Highlanders from Beaverton, Wisconsin. Bob Philander watching Nate Philander, number 37, from his naval base in Japan. Enjoying my breakfast, watching my nephew. Well, Mr. Philander, thank you for tuning us in all the way from your naval base in Japan. And thank you, sir, for your service to our country. That is unbelievable. That is just great.
And several Spartan teammates on the stop.
Got another one here, shot out from Carmel, Indiana, from Uncle Bob to Nathan Philander. But I think right now the award of the night is going to that last one I just read. We had one from Germany, but this one coming from Japan. I don't know which one is further from West Bend, if it's Germany or Japan. I wasn't a geography major, so I don't know. All right, 2nd down and 2 for the Highlanders. Break a field and cut it inside and gets it for the 1st down. 1st and 10 for Homestead. Keeps the clock running now as soon as they'll roll it in play. 13 first downs on the night for Homestead. Both teams with their full allotment of timeouts. And the Spartans shortly will have to maybe start thinking of it. They're down by 3 scores at 28-7. They trailed 14-7 at half, but Homestead with 2 touchdowns here in this half, one in the 3rd quarter and one in this 4th quarter. For now, look to have put this thing out of reach. 1st and 10 at the 21. Under 7 minutes to play. And here's the handoff coming around from Quinn. And it gets some decent yardage across the 35. And it's going to be enough decent yardage, actually, for a first down for Homestead. Now 14 first downs for the Highlanders. And they've worked it out to the 31-yard line with 6:38 remaining in the football game. Stick around, don't tune off after the game, because I'll give you a brief game summary recap and also finish off with some of our text messages to me. So we won't be exactly signing off as soon as the game's over, but give us a moment or two. Here's a chance to try to run around. Tyler Miller dinking and dunking his way and getting it out to about the 45-yard line. As we go under 6 minutes remaining. As I mentioned a few moments ago, Game 2 next week will be right back here. West will be the home team for homecoming against their cross-hall rival, West Bend East. For those of you that are viewing our game tonight from around the country and around the world, West Bend is a unique situation with the high school. Two high schools, East and West, all under one big, huge, gigantic roof. And the east side separated from the west side by a hallway. That's why it's referred to as cross-hall rivals. And your birthday determines which high school you go to. If you're born on an even day, you go to West Bend West. If you're born on an odd date, you go to West Bend East. Doesn't matter what side of the city you live on, that determines which high school you go to.
3-yard line.
So it's not unusual that siblings in the same family wind up going to different high school. One might go to East, one might go to West. Under 5 minutes to play now, 28-7, Homestead well in control. Up at the line of scrimmage, taking all the time that is allotted to him on the clock. Now Quinn steps under center. And here's the handoff coming around to the second running back through. That is Hartlieb. And Hartlieb going to be stopped shy. Or that's Tyler Miller, excuse me. Cheering on Homestead, and a shout out to Drew Baranco watching from Peoria, Illinois.
2nd down and 3.
Coach Brown's mother in Mequon with number 8, Joel Ullman's aunt, saying, "Go Homestead." Another one, Grandma and Grandpa watching the Hyatt boys from Sparks, Nevada. And then Rex Sean watching from his retirement home in West Virginia, cheering on his grandson, number 40. Go number 40. And I think at
Timeout, Spartans.
I think at this point I might have gotten through the entire list of shout-outs for everybody. And just as I say that, another one coming in to 920-918-0007. Again, 920-918-0007. This one thanking us for calling the football game tonight. Well, we appreciate that. We normally do all these games, but this season we are doing it live because we realize that with COVID-19, not everybody is able to attend the games. Only parents are able to screen the game here in person. Three minutes and 50 seconds remaining. 28-7, Homestead well in control of this football game. They led 14-7 at halftime. Came out of the locker room in the third quarter, and the Highlanders put together a good sustained drive of 14 plays, 80 yards, used up 7 minutes and 39 seconds to extend it out to 21-7. Then a touchdown here in the fourth quarter by Mark Hartlieb on a 47-yard touchdown reception. And that is where we're at now at 28-7. As we come back now, second down and 3 for the Highlanders. Here's Quinn, and he'll hand it off, trying to punch one up through, and
Ullman, the ball carrier.
Ullman gets it, and
Brown and several Spartans.
Ullman going to be stopped a little bit shy. So it's going to bring up third and short. As the officials will stop to look it over, and as they look things over on a second guess, it appears they're giving Homestead the first down.
Highlander first down from the Spartan 46-yard line.
So now 15 first downs for the Highlanders. And now it's 1st and 10 inside the 50 at the 46 with 3:21 remaining. Quinn has him at the line of scrimmage. Taking all the time he needs, watch the clock. Now getting under center as we go under 3 minutes. And here's Quinn, handoff to Stoiber. And Stoiber inside the 30, or inside the 40, pardon me.
Stever, the ball carrier.
To about the 38-yard line.
Marisolo on the stop.
So we come under 2.5 minutes remaining. Spartans do have all 3 of their timeouts in their possession if they want to start using them, but right now the Highlanders just milking this one away, running all the clock they need to run. Once again, Ryan Quinn has him at the line. Takes the snap from center. Here's the handoff inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line is Miller, but we got a flag on the play, and it might be a Homestead holding penalty. Homestead's been penalized 3 times for 25 yards, and that's what it's going to be.
Holding Highlanders is the call.
So that'll be the 4th penalty of the night on the Highlanders, marching them back. Menominee Falls, the home for the aunt and uncle for Javon Robinson, number 69. A very proud Aunt Cindy supporting the law firm of Hyatt and Hyatt from Newburgh. Okay, well, I got your free commercial there, I guess. Austin for Port Washington cheering on number 8, Joel Ullman on Homestead. Let's go touchdown maker. And Ryan Quinn at the quarterback position, stepping under play now. And his little brother is watching the game with his roommates from Dayton, Ohio. So hello and a shout out going to Griffin Quinn. Uncle Bart from Newburgh, very proud of the Hyatt brothers. And I stand corrected on the schools. You go to West if you've got an even birthday. You go to East. Or odd birthday, you go to West. Even birthday, you go to East. Sibling follows oldest for school, but with school choice. So thank you to that West Bend viewer who sent that in to me. I can use that on future broadcasts, actually, too. Here is Quinn with the handoff as we go under a minute to play. So it's going to wrap things up here on this opening night. And the Homestead Highlanders are going to come away with a road victory over the hometown West Bend West Spartans. They'll have to snap the ball at least one more time, maybe not, as the clock continues to count down. So Homestead led 14-7 at the break, put up 2 touchdowns in the second half, one in the third, one in the fourth quarter, and they will defeat the West Bend West Spartans here on opening night. The first football game played here in the COVID-19 era.
Highlanders 28. Spartans
28-7, and
everyone take travels.
the teams just waving to each other rather than the typical meet and greet at middle of the field to congratulate each other. So Homestead goes to 1-0. The Spartans drop to 0-1 on the season. And let's get you a game summary. The Highlanders got on the scoreboard in the first quarter. They picked up a fumble from the West Bend West Spartans, and Ayo Adeboygan returned it for the score. And with the point after, it was 7-0. Homestead extended that lead out to 14-0 in the second quarter. Spencer Hyatt had an 11-yard touchdown catch, capped off a 7-play, 71-yard drive, and then Homestead took the lead at 14-0. But the Spartans would get on the board before the half ended on a touchdown of their own, and it was 14-7. Unfortunately for the Spartans, that'd be all the scoring they would do for the rest of the night. Homestead kind of came out and set the bar tone for the second half. They came out of the locker room for the series, and they dominated the clock. They took a 14-play, 80-yard drive, used up 7 minutes and 39 seconds, and advanced the lead out to 21-7. And then in the fourth quarter, Homestead would get the final score of the game on a very fast and brisk 4-play, 68-yard drive, capped off by Mark Hartlieb's 47-yard touchdown reception. And Homestead would then lead it 28-7. And then the teams basically just exchanged possessions in the fourth quarter. As a matter of fact, the Spartans only had the football for one time in the fourth quarter. It was a 3-and-out play for the Spartans, and so they lose this football game. Want to get you a couple quick more shout-outs before we sign off here this evening, along with a couple of quick more last-minute stats. Third down conversions tonight, Homestead 6 out of 12. They were 2 out of 3 on fourth down conversions. Homestead penalized 4 times for 35 yards tonight. The Highlanders had 15 first downs in this game tonight. Couple of unofficial statistics for West Bend West. Spartans were 7 out of 14 in third down conversions, 1 of 2 on fourth down conversions. 1 turnover tonight. The Spartans were intercepted. Spartans were sacked 2 times tonight for 24 yards. And the Spartans got 10 first downs in this game tonight. All right, real quickly here, before I get the wave sign that we got to go, I want to try to get a couple of more quick last-minute shout-outs here. Okay, Nick Gurr from San Francisco cheering on the Spartans tonight. A big shout-out to Javon Robinson, number 69, from Grandma and Grandpa in Sussex, Wisconsin. What else do we got going here? A couple of more ones to get out here. Another shout-out to Coach Wolf from his friends in Fargo, North Dakota. What else did we have going here? Dylan Brown cheering for this game tonight all the way from Georgia. So 1 or 2 more. Drew Baranko cheering on here tonight also. So just goes to show that we had a lot of spectators watching this game tonight throughout the United States and even around the country for this game. And we thank you very much for tuning us in tonight. And again, if you're locally watching us, be sure to tune in again next Friday night for live coverage with West Bend West taking on West Bend East for homecoming. And even if you're not, if you're one of our viewers for tonight and you want to see some high school football, by all means, tune in our broadcast again next week, either live stream or on the internet. So that's going to wrap things up. Homestead wins it 28-7. I'm the Bear, Barry Hirsch. On behalf of my cameraman, Tom Stoff, we thank you very much for watching this production live broadcast on West Bend Community TV. Thank you very much for our broadcast team, and we'll talk to you again next Friday night. Everybody, please stay safe out there. Wear a mask when you have to wear a mask. Good night.